To start. Okay, it has begun.
Hello,
Hello, welcome.
everyone.
Go ahead, sorry.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our pre-arrival Zoom webinar today. We're excited to have you all here. We have a large team here with you today to answer all your questions and to share some great information with you. Representatives from, again, a variety of offices, from housing and admissions, international students and scholars office, and a variety of others here, health insurance. You'll learn more about in the coming webinars as well. All sorts of fun things here today. So we're excited to be here with you. We're excited that you made the time to join us. And let's go into what we're going to talk about today. All right, so brief agenda here. First, we're going to do some introductions here of the team, the folks that are here that are present to share with you and to answer your questions when the time comes. We're going to go over the purpose of this session, talk about class registration and other resources, things of that nature. So I do want to point out a couple features here. At the bottom of your screen there on the webinar, you should see a Q&A box. So as we are going through things today, if you have questions, and hopefully you do, please type your questions into the Q&A box. Some of them we will type answers directly back to you. Some of them we will save and answer at the end out loud here verbally for everyone to hear. But either way, we will do our best to answer all of your questions today. I don't want to spend a ton of time on that because I know there's a lot going on. So let's jump into the introduction of the International Students and Scholar Center team. All right, so first off, I'm going to introduce myself. I'm Daniel Hoyle. I'm the Senior Director of the Student Experience Team here at the ISSC at the International Students and Scholar Center. I also have our colleague, Haley, who works with our graduate students, the Associate Director supporting our graduate student initiatives here. And we'll introduce her team here in a minute, as well as our Associate Director, Rosita Smith, who you'll hear more from in just a minute as well. All right, with that, KJ and team, kick it over to you.
Thank you, Daniel. My name is KJ Faruqi. I am the coordinator for Graduate Student Initiatives team here at ISSC. I work for our Associate Director, Haley Cosonell. And we have our student workers here, Christine and Disha. And that's our team. And you'll see us at all the grad events. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. I'm Yaya. I'm the first year student coordinator. Together in my team, we have Megan, our retention manager, and Anish, Hetavi, Kanav, and Sidesh.
Namaste. Hello, everyone. Welcome you all here today. My name is Shalja Java, and everybody calls me Bobby. I'm Indian student coordinator at ISSC, and I have Hetal and Pratik with me today. Looking forward to see you again soon. Thanks.
Hi everyone, it's great to see everybody here. This is Rosita Smith. I would like to introduce the East and Southeast Asian Student Services team here with us. I think all of them are here today with us. The first one is East and Southeast Asian Student Services Coordinator. We have Eng Chin So here in this room as well. And we have 4 of our student employees, Mao Xuan, Maui, Bruce, and Rolene. They are all our international student as well. And our team, we do a lot of cultural events like Lunar New Year. We have celebration from each of these countries based on the student clubs interest. We have a lot of student clubs from this region. If you are interested to join with any of the club, please reach out to us. We do career services, workshop. We have a lot of volunteering opportunities. So if you are interested to participate or just to get to know our student employees, our student leaders, volunteers, and anybody from the team, from the region, please reach out to us because we are here ready to meet with you. All of you are new students. Welcome.
Hello, everyone. My name is Joelle Lockett. I head the sponsored students team, and with me is the sponsored student advisor, Janice Al-Zalaini, and we have two student workers who are also sponsored, Adnan Mansour and Ibrahim Al-Azri. We're all here to support you. If you're a sponsored student, that means that you're here on a third-party government scholarship. We're happy to support you with any questions and any of your needs while you're here.
And we have another team in ISSC that specifically is supporting the Middle East and North Africa region. Now we are adding the Central Asia. So if you are from any of this population or from the region, please know that we have a dedicated team to support you. At this time, we have Rosita Smith, Associate Director, and that will be me. And then we have Abdullah Al-Kindi, and we are waiting for another person to join us. But we do have a lot of clubs from the Middle East and North Africa region and Central Asia. So please connect with us. We are so excited to have you. We have cultural event, like one of the very popular is the 1001 Night, where we celebrate culture from many countries that participate with us, about 20 plus student clubs and student groups. So we also have a lot of volunteering opportunities. Now, if you like playing soccer, we definitely have that. Our student clubs always have this kind of an event, even like a game night, going picnic, and have Arabian tea and coffee. So please join us. We are waiting to see you finally on campus.
All right, so Ya was not able to join us today, but for those of you who will be within the Fulton Schools of Engineering, which there will be a lot of international students here at Arizona State University, we have a dedicated team member who works with all of our engineering students, helping you to understand some of the policies within the schools of engineering and how they fit you as an international student here at ASU. So look forward to receiving emails from Miss Ya and meeting her team at events and events that they put on throughout the semester.
And it's me again. I would like to introduce the manager and international student experience at Polytechnic if you're attending. And we have today with Melinda and Georgina, and Samir is the student worker for Meenakshi. You will get to see her at same time. And we have planned a lot of great events for you guys. So looking forward to meeting you all, and same to Meenakshi. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Drew Ross, and I'm the director of our international student advising team. So in addition to all of my colleagues you've met so far who offer you a lot of great events while you're here at ASU, my team will help you with your immigration compliance. So questions and situations to help you follow the F1 regulations while you're here at ASU, whether that be working off campus, your enrollment requirements, and things of that nature. We'll be happy to assist you with your immigration compliance needs.
All right, this time I'd like to introduce you to some of our colleagues who are here with us today. So we'll go ahead and have them introduce themselves.
Hello, everyone. My name is Eleanor McDevitt, and I am part of our international admissions team. So on the screen now, you can see some of our team members and then the countries that we serve. So if you are from any of these populations, we will kind of be your go-to for anything you need with your application and kind of anything in that transition from leaving home until you arrive on campus and get passed off to the lovely ISSC team. So this is the first half of our team. And then if we could see the next slide, this is the other half of our team. So we do have some admissions team members based throughout the world, which is very helpful because the Arizona time zone is not the friendliest for the entirety of the world. So if you have any questions about the application, the issuing of your I-20, or really anything that needs to get taken care of before you get on that plane to come to Arizona, we will be the best starting point, because if we don't know the answer, we know who will know it, and we are always happy to help.
Okay, next we're going to talk about the global peer mentors. Before we do that, for those of us who joined later on, I just want to reiterate that if you have any questions, please feel free to ask them under the Q&A question. Our colleagues, my colleagues here will try to answer them as we go along. Some of the questions may not be, some of the questions we may answer live, so just wait for the answer. But go ahead, please type your questions away and those. Going to global peer mentors, these are student workers who are assigned to helping you when you get here at ASU. You will be assigned a global peer mentor. These are their faces. Next slide, please. And then what's going to happen is that in the first week of school, you're one of the global peer mentor that's assigned to you will start sending you emails. You can reach out to your global peer mentor for any questions you have. They will talk to you, walk you through what's going on campus, what you need to know and what you don't need to know, things like that. So please feel free to use this resource as much as you can, because these are students, your peers that have been here before, and they know a lot more about what you are going through than any of us possibly can. Next slide, please. Next, this is our ISSC team. There are many, the many people that are here may not be on the picture, but we keep changing it. But as you can see, we are a big team, and we're all here to help you and support you in any way we can. We are located in a Tempe campus in the Student Services building. That left picture is our front office right there, and we're open. If you go on ISSC website, you will see the timings when we are open, but we're open 5 days a week from 8 to 5. And you can always email us as well on issc@asu.edu.
Okay, so besides emailing, you guys can call us at 480-727-4776. We are available 5 days a week at the Student Services building. You can have a virtual drop-in or an in-person advising via this link. We will send you these slides. So everything that is read, it will be clickable once you receive this slide for you to begin booking your advising appointments or anything like that. We are also available at all the other campuses downtown on every Monday, Polytechnic Monday to Thursday, and West Campus every Tuesday. Again, everything that is underlined in red will be clickable once you receive this slide after this presentation.
As you already kind of know, we already will provide more resources for you guys, but ISSC website will be your best friend. It's your number one go-to resource for all international students. So it's always going to be up to date. So if you need to check anything immediately, definitely go to that website first. It covers all kinds of topics from check-ins to travels to advising to even events. So even before emailing or asking for advice, definitely go out to his website and check it out on there first at issc.asu.edu. And if you haven't already, make sure to also check us on our social media. Our Instagram is doing a really good job down, our social media team. So if you want to check out on our latest events and kind of prepare yourself of like what fun stuff you want to look forward to, definitely check out all these resources as well.
Reminders that we have, our last day for I-20s to be issued outside of the U.S. it is July 22nd. Mandatory SEVIS check-in with ISSC will be between July 22nd and August 21st. Please submit your measles, mumps, and rubella immunization record to your My ASU under your My Health portal before classes begin. And by the start of classes, don't forget to pay your enrollment deposit, which the deadline was May 1st. And deadline to register for classes August 21st, and check with your college regarding class registration and mandatory orientation dates as well.
Hello, everyone. I'm just going to provide some important reminders before you arrive. All right, so take a quick look at this pre-arrival checklist. I know that there were some questions in the chat about this. You should be making arrangements from now to start arriving. You are permitted to arrive 30 days prior to the first day of the semester. And that is from the date that's indicated on your I-20. It's recommended, though, that you arrive during arrival week. And we do have airport assistance between the 11th and the 14th of August in the Sky Harbor Airport. From August 13th to the 14th, that's when on-campus housing in Tempe is available for move-in. Make sure that you check your housing portal. They will have all the information for you regarding what the process is, things that you need to know. I know that it's a lot to think about, but make sure before you leave, you know where you're going to stay when you arrive. It's very difficult to just arrive at the residential halls and expect to have that available. So make sure that you check all the instructions on the housing portal. If you're not staying on campus, make sure that you have some type of plan or arrangements made, especially if you're arriving before the start of classes by a couple weeks. Please be sure to request your I-20 and apply for a visa. The I-20 is essential to get your visa at appointment. There's going to be, and you need to present this at your customs checkpoint. There's a list of important documents to bring with you. We have this all listed on our website, and there's a lot of other items that you should bring and pack that we'll go over in the next few slides. Along with airport transportation, connecting flights, make sure that you have all of that information printed out somewhere. You don't know, your phone might die, you might lose battery. Just have all these documents accessible to you. Please also review the Admission Services webpage for any additional details on pre-departure and post-arrival. All of those are in the link, which will be clickable when we share it. So this is the checklist that I kind of referred to. Please make sure that all of the links, when we share this presentation with you, that you click on them and read them very carefully. It is essential that before you arrive, you have your ASU ID, you've activated your ASU ID. And so that you can check your My ASU. You are not able to register for classes unless you have your My ASU activated. So please make sure that you go through that process, make sure that you're familiar with these things, review what the health insurance requirements are. We actually do have a webinar regarding health insurance, so I encourage you to attend. Submit your MMR requirements and any immunizations. Review all of your roles and responsibilities. Make sure that you confirm your housing assignments. And it is essential that you RSVP for our fall 2025 arrival event. Okay. Please review the ISSC website, which has a bunch of details regarding to your F1 status, related to events that are happening, and any information that you really do need to know before you arrive to campus. Please note that we do have university expectations that you should read and make yourself familiar of it. And you can even take a virtual tour of campus. Review the housing policies. We want you to be familiar with these things before you arrive so that there are no surprises for you. You are able to pre-order textbooks for the fall semester. So please take advantage of that. Check your My ASU priority tasks. So you should already have access to that, but that's why it's important to activate your My ASU page and your ID. Review any tuition and fees that you have, and check out our Sun Devil Central. This will be a great way for you to connect with other students before you arrive to campus. Flying checklist. Airport documents. So please make sure that before you fly, you check your passport and make sure that it is valid at least for 6 months. Okay. Past the date of the intended arrival. So it needs to be valid for 6 months from the date that you arrive. to the US, a valid F1 visa, which you should obtain from the US Embassy, your boarding pass, transcripts that you might have that you need, valid I-20. So that's the I-20 that admissions will issue for you, an initial or transfer, pending your admission letter. So have these all in physical documents, hard copies that you have in a folder that you bring with you, any financial guarantee documents. We also will be, you have access to travel instructions and proof of legal counsel. Please, please, please make sure to click on these links when you have this and print out copies of these instructions and the proof of legal counsel. These will provide you with any type of additional support and information. And in case something happens, it has all of the information that you need within those letters and travel instructions. I cannot stress this enough that you need to do this. You can find the travel instructions and proof of legal counsel on the website that is shared above. So please, Drew just shared this. Review the webpage as well on admissions. This is essential and will help you a lot in your travels. New address, if you have a new address or anything like that, you need to have that written somewhere in case somebody asks you, where are you staying? Where will you be living? Your payment receipt of your SEVIS I-901 fee, please have that also on hand, and your full vaccination record. Any medication, prescriptions you have, make sure that you have the actual prescription with you if you're bringing any medication with you, so that in case someone asks you, you have proof of what you have with you. The ASU ISSC emergency contact, we will provide you that in another slide, and proof of on-campus in-person classes. So it is highly recommended that you register for classes before you arrive to campus, okay? Any other items? Essential, if you know somebody, have their contact with you. If you have friends, family, bring your laptop with you from back home, a charger with an adapter. We have a very different electric system here in the US than maybe what you're used to back home. Bring things that will keep you comfortable on your trip. Books to read. Make sure to download music. I mean, it's a long flight. A lot of you are coming from places that are very far away. Have comfortable clothing. You want to be comfortable on your flight. If it helps you to have a pillow or a light blanket, always carry some cash with you, US dollars, because that's you can actually use that in other airports as well. And a credit or debit card that you can use internationally. Bring your cell phone and have earplugs and a light jacket, because I travel a lot and I know that it can get very cold on planes. So make sure that you click on those 2 links that are on this page, and we'll go on to the next slide.
I know this was just brought up in the chat, but I want to talk about when you get to the United States, and that will be the first airport that you arrive at here. It doesn't necessarily have to be Phoenix. You might arrive into Los Angeles, San Francisco, etc. You will encounter the U.S. Customs and Border Protection, and they'll be checking the documents that Joelle just shared with you, including your I-20, your passport, and your visa. They will ask some probably routine questions, and we just encourage you to remain calm, answer their questions as normal as you would. They may ask you questions and you may wonder, why are you asking me that? You're certainly welcome to ask them if they have any questions, but we would encourage you to do so respectfully. These are government agents, and sometimes they can take questions and feel like you shouldn't be asking them. So do it in a respectful manner. And those interactions can sometimes be very quick, maybe 20, 30 seconds, maybe a minute long. But there will be times where maybe they'll ask you to step into a side room, and that would be called secondary inspection. And that is just because they ultimately want to keep the line moving at the airport to let all other individuals come into the United States. And they may just have additional questions that they aren't able to ask you right there in that first interaction. But don't be alarmed. It's okay if they bring you into that secondary inspection. Again, they just may need to ask you some additional questions before they can admit you into the United States. If there are any issues while you are entering the United States during ASU's working hours, which is Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., you can call the ISSC, and our number is listed here. And if you are entering the United States and you experience issues outside of our business hours, ASU does have a 24/7 support line, and you can call that number as well. Again, can be a very routine experience. Make sure you have all your documents that Joelle shared earlier, and hopefully you will be successful in coming into the United States. Some of the things they might ask you are demonstrating your ties to your home country. And so you are coming here to be a student to study at a university in the United States. But at some point, you will be expected to return home as the F1 visa is a non-immigrant visa. So make sure you indicate those plans. And then they'll ask you, why are you coming to the United States? Of course, you're coming here to study at the wonderful Arizona State University. You can explain how long your degree program might be. As Joelle said, maybe where you're going to be staying. They may ask you about your financial means for yourself. And again, all of the documents that you have with you. It is also possible that they may ask to look through your social media platforms. You will be asked to provide your username, your screen name, your handle, or whatever it is of your social media platforms. Please note that you do not have to provide them with your passwords for these platforms, but they may ask to look at them. This is a bit of a new initiative that has been happening in the US for the past few months. Again, don't be alarmed. They do have the right to look through your social media, and they will do that, and then they might hand your device back to you and make a decision on your entry into the country.
All right. As we talked about emergencies, I had mentioned in a previous slide, we are partnered right now with the Experience Center that does have 24/7 support to all students. So it's important for you to note this. And this information is also all mentioned in that letter that I recommended that you click on the link and have a physical copy of when you're traveling into the US. Keep in mind, if you experience any issues anywhere down the road, you're welcome to always contact our office between 8 and 5 p.m. Arizona time. And the number is 480-727-4776 with a country code of +1. This is important to know for any immigration or customs issues that might occur during that time frame. That's when our office is physically open. Now, if there's any type of emergency or difficulty through the immigration and customs process outside of those hours, you can call ASU's dedicated 24/7 support line. They're available 24 hours at +1 855-278 5080. They will then reach out to one of our directors within our office so that we can immediately take care of your situation and support you to the best of our ability, and provide you with the guidance that you need. It is essential that you keep these numbers with you, and they are, again, in the ASU travel letter, which you should all have a copy of. We have, as I mentioned before, we have arranged for complimentary airport arrival transportation from the Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport. But in order to benefit from this, you must register for the international welcome events. Now, a lot of people might have missed that link. I encourage you to look for it. Keep an eye out for the international welcome events information. Once you register for the event, then you'll get more information on arrival, the event schedule through your email, and you'll also learn how to utilize the free airport transportation. Right now, we're working with Uber on this. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with Uber as a rideshare application. If you do not have it already on your phone, I know this is an international rideshare. Please, I encourage you to download it from home so that you have it already ready on your phone. All essential things will come through my ASU email, so please keep checking for any information or any updates regarding this. Once you fill this out, a week before you arrive, the code will be sent to you in time. So fill out the welcome registration. You'll get the code within the time frame that you need to arrive onto campus if you're coming in during that time frame that we had indicated before. In the case that you arrive at a time when there's no lift codes available, or you decide to come a couple weeks early, as you're able to, you have 30 days. There's some additional transportation from the airport that can help you get to your destination. You might be going to a different campus. You might have a hotel booked somewhere. This link has a large number of the transportation resources from Sky Harbor Airport. Some other transportation options that we have a very robust light rail system. Uber and Lyft is another rideshare application, or a standard taxi. You can take all of those from the airport. If you know someone here, you might have a friend.
So we do want to make sure that you know that all international students are required to attend International Welcome at ASU. If you're here early, there's an optional get started pre-welcome on August 11th, but your official international welcomes for undergraduate students will be on August 15th, and for graduate students will be on August 20th at the Tempe campus. And there, if you're a Poly student, yours is on the 17th, and downtown and west will be on the 20th. Make sure that you check your email. All ASU departments or your colleges, they will use your ASU email to communicate everything with you. So these are the dates that we know of. Your specific campus or college academic department might have other welcomes that you are required to attend. So make sure you check your email and attend everything that's required of you. What else do you need to do besides international welcome? The most important thing that you need to do when you arrive is make sure that you will be able to maintain your immigration status while you are here. And that means that you need to make sure first that you have enrolled in classes full time, and complete your SEVIS check-in and get your I-94 form and all of those important documents all sorted out. And then some other things, as you're living here, you'll need a mobile ASU ID card so you can get your food on campus and do other things around the university. Of course, a bank account and a cell phone and things like that. And again, make sure that you check your emails so you can keep up to date with everything that's happening at ASU and the ISSC.
As Megan just talked about, one of the first immigration requirements when you arrive is completing our SEVIS check-in. And this must be completed by the program start date listed on your I-20 after you arrive to the US. If you're not traveling directly to Arizona upon your arrival, you're visiting family or friends, that's fine. You can complete it when you arrive there, or you can wait till you get to Arizona, as long as it's completed by the program start date listed on your I-20. Starting next week, you will see a task item on your My ASU with instructions for you to complete the SEVIS check-in. You cannot complete the SEVIS check-in, though, until you actually arrive to the United States. So if you're back home in your home country, don't complete it yet until you arrive here. As part of this process, you will be asked to upload your I-94, another document Megan just mentioned. Unfortunately, this is a government form that some students can have some issues with. Either the information isn't accurate, or sometimes the website will say no record found. And if you experience one of those issues, you can come onto our SEVIS check-in website, and we do have a little section there that says correcting issues with your I-94, and that will give you instructions to visit Phoenix's Deferred Inspection Office, and they can help you correct or obtain your I-94 record so that you can submit this with your SEVIS check-in.
Right. And then there were a few questions about this in the chat. But if you are having issues either finding a visa appointment, if your visa was denied, if the only visa appointments are way after the start of classes, anything like that, please reach out to your admissions representative. You can scan the QR code on the screen now, input a little bit of information to find them. We have some personalized options that we can go over with you to help you get started with your degree program or find the option that would suit your situation best so that you can still get started at ASU, even if you are having trouble getting your visa or getting your appointment. We are all here to help, especially students in situations like that. So please reach out to us with any questions about your visa appointment or late arrival, anything of that sort. Please start with admissions and we will help you with that entire process.
Hello everyone, I am Siddesh and I'll talk a bit about the ASU mobile ID. Starting from fall 2024, ASU has shifted out of the physical ID onto like a digital mobile ID, which will be there on your mobile phones. In July, that is this very month, expect to receive an email to guide you through the steps on how to sign up for the mobile ID. This will be your primary mode of identification throughout the university, anywhere you go. Lastly, if your phone is incompatible with the mobile ID technology, there is an option in the email you will receive to opt out of it in a special case scenario and apply for a physical ID card. Just keep an eye out for the email and do the needful as soon as possible. Thank you. Also, on-campus employment. As students, we do get a wonderful opportunity to work with the different departments here on campus. For example, even I am a student worker and I am working with ISSC to help all the new first year students who come in. You are allowed to work up to 20 hours per week during the semester and up to 40 hours during the summertime when there is no classes going on. After you receive the job offer, you can apply for the social security number as well. You are not allowed to work anytime anywhere off campus. So do follow up with ISSC to make sure you are in compliance with your visa rules. You can also work with Aramark and bookstore on campus.
Okay, so to get everyone will be looking for a job. For if you are looking, you can click again. This all the red links will be clickable upon your receipt of the slides. So please click on the link to look out for more on-campus job and for information to ensure that you are in compliance with your visa rules. But before applying for a job, please visit our career services so that they can review your resume and help you with your interview skills and everything like that. And then we will host a lot of career programming. So if you would want to learn more, please do attend our events and you can check out the events at the link below.
So if you do get a job in the US, you are required to have a social security number. That could be your first on-campus job. It is issued to track all your pay over your employment term. So it is not an off-campus employment authorization. It's important to note that if you have a social security number, it does not mean that you can work off campus. This is only issued when you obtain an on-campus position initially, and this just keeps track of all your payments and everything. It is not required to open a bank account. It is not required to rent an apartment. It is not required to start a phone contract. So a lot of you might be looking for phone numbers in the US and getting a new phone line. You don't need it for that. And you also don't need it to apply for a credit card. So it's very important to note, if you do have an on-campus job, that's when you can submit an application for a social security number. Or a off-campus approved internship.
All right, we're now going to talk about your enrollment requirements. As an international student, you do have to be enrolled in a certain number of credits to maintain your immigration status. If you're an undergraduate student, you do have to be enrolled in 12 credit hours total, of which 9 must be in person. If you are a graduate student, you must be enrolled in 9 credit hours, of which 6 can be in person. And these are just the minimum amount of credits that you have to be enrolled in. You are certainly welcome to take more credits than this if your academic advisor tells you to do so, encourages you to do so, approves you to do so. But at minimum, you must be enrolled in this number of credits. In addition to having both a minimum total number of credits and a minimum of in-person credits, you must always be enrolled in in-person classes throughout the entire academic semester. And we'll talk about that in just a second. Please note, though, that ASU Sync and I courses do not count towards the in-person credit requirement. So ASU's fall and spring semesters are broken up into 3 different sessions. Session C, as you see here kind of on the left side of the screen, it goes across the entire semester. So it will start in August and end in December. And then we have a session A, which is a first half of the semester, and session B, which is the second half of the semester. So most of you will probably be enrolled in session C classes. And so if you have that session C class that is in person, you've met the requirement. If you don't, then you again must have at least some in-person credits in session A and in session B. There can never be a point in the semester where you do not have in-person credits.
All right, to add on and to complement what Dr. Ross was just sharing with you about your enrollment and number of credits, there is somebody within your academic college, your academic unit, who is there to help advise you on what those credits should be. So you know how many credits you need to be in person versus online. Now you have an academic advisor who will help advise you on what those credits should be: English, math, when you should take which class, all of those things to help keep you on track towards graduation. So if you haven't seen this yet, please check it out on your My ASU page. You'll find it there under the academic support team. It may list one person's name. It may list several people's name. Typically, it'll have a general email address and phone number for you to reach out to. Sometimes it may have an advising website or a link to schedule appointments. But check out those tools and resources so that way you're familiar with them. These are a fantastic resource for helping you do all the things listed here on the slide: understanding your academic goals, learning your program requirements and how to make your course schedule fit those requirements. If you ever need to make any changes to your class schedules, all of these things and more, they'll be there to help and support you with. So please make sure you check out this resource, and most importantly, please make sure you use it during your time here at ASU.
All right, so it's important we keep talking about the My ASU page because it is an essential part of your journey. This is where you check everything, any priority tasks that you might still have pending before your arrival. If you're still looking to see where is my I-20 at? What holds do I have? What do I still need to submit? Am I still missing my transcripts? All of that information is on your My ASU account. When you look at that, and you can see in the image, the picture here, it shows, for example, enrollment hold with a hold on there. If you click on the downward triangle, we call it a caret, When you click on that, it will expand and give you more information on what that is about. Holds that can prevent registration are essential for you to monitor. One of those holds could be an admissions one, an MMR, which is your measles, mumps, and rubella immunization. You will still be able to register this semester without it, but continuing and moving forward, it will reappear on your My ASU page. And any advising related holds. So if you need to meet with an advisor, if you need to do any type of thing, it will show up on here for the orientation. So if you need to still pay your enrollment deposit, it will all show up on your priority tasks. It is very recommended. I know there were some questions about vaccines in the chat, that you get your vaccinations in your home country. If you don't plan to do it back home, maybe it's unavailable or you're not sure where to get it, you can actually come and schedule it here and take it at ASU through our health services. You can schedule an appointment, you can log into your health portal, and they can guide you on the process.
A couple of reminders that are coming up for fall 2025. You can check on your My ASU, click on the academic calendar, and you will find this. But your tuition deadlines, that is August 21st, that when classes begin. So your tuition fee payment deadline for registration will be August 25th. Don't forget the last day to register for classes will be August 22nd for session A and August 27th for session C. You can still register for session B up through October 16. And then your last day to drop a class so you can have your tuition be refunded for you 100% will be August 27th for session A classes and September 3rd for session C. And you'll have until October 21st for session B classes.
All right, so this slide is specifically for graduate student. So if you, for some reason that you are not able to come to ASU for the fall semester, it is very important to, one, understand if you have registered for classes or not. You need to make sure that you drop all of the classes that you are registered and drop if you have registered for orientation as well, so that make sure that you don't get charged. Now, step that you need to do in order for you to actually find out if your program can defer or not is to contact your academic advisor. Now, for graduate student, it's very different than undergraduate. Not all academic units allow you for a deferral. So, meaning not all of the academic unit will allow you to actually postpone your admission for the next semester. So for you to make sure that is it okay or not, you need to contact your academic advisor or even ISSC. So both of these departments can assist you with the dropping or withdrawing from classes. Now, it's very important that if you are not going to be here at ASU for fall and you are registered in classes, it is very, very important you withdraw it. Otherwise, the tuition charges will be in your My ASU and you will be responsible to pay for it if you don't drop it. So Janice just shared about the deadline for the refund. So 100% refund. So please make sure you go to academic calendar and check out and pay attention to the deadlines that listed there, including this fully refund of your tuition. So if you have any question, you can contact the GoGrad, G-O-G-R-A-D at asu.edu to find out. Even any doubt at all, please reach out. It's always a good idea to reach out first, then just kind of like guessing what is going on. So I hope that this will help you. Hopefully, nobody is deferring. Everybody will come here in the fall. So thank you.
All right, and then we also have a deferment process for undergraduate students. It's the same idea. So if fall 2025 might not work out for you for a variety of reasons, and you want to start instead with the spring 2026 semester, there is a formal deferral process, which also includes dropping any of your classes and canceling any housing appointments that you might have made to avoid being charged for those. One key thing to note is that while you are in deferral, you are not able to attend another educational institution. So if you are maybe going to a college right now and you want to spend another semester there, deferring wouldn't be your best option. At that point, you'd want to reapply to ASU. And then if you have any questions about the deferral process or if deferring is your best option for your situation, please reach out to us. Our email's at the bottom of the slide. It's asuinternational@asu.edu. Or if you've already been talking to your admission rep, send them an email and we can figure out if deferment is the best for you and then let you know how to start that process.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about other important resources that will help you succeed when you come to ASU.
Hi, so health insurance is mandatory for all registered international students and is a condition of enrollment at ASU. Coverage is provided through United Healthcare and is automatically charged for all international students. It also includes a coverage of 4 weeks prior to the start of classes. You can find your health ID card by creating an account at uhcsr.com/myaccount, or you can also contact insurance@asu.edu with questions regarding it. So, for next slide, please. For banking and phone plans are essentially for settling in. It's important to know that ASU does not endorse or recommend any specific providers, but we can guide you is with a list of important documents that are needed to open a bank account or start a phone plan that is available in your International Graduate Student Resource Hub. We encourage you to take time to compare the options that you have and find the best fit as per your needs. When you do arrive, ISSC will provide you with 1 month of SIM card with Mint Mobile to help you get started. Thank you.
Okay, just another quick reminder, if you have any questions, please keep typing them in the Q&A. We're getting closer to the end of our presentation, and if there are similar questions, we'll try to answer them live. For welcome bag, which you will be receiving when you get here, you'll either get it on your orientation, and if you missed that, or you didn't get it, you can always stop by at ISSC in the front office, and we'll have it for you. It will have some snacks and some coupons, but most of it, most important, it'll have a free SIM card that you can use for 1 month. ASU does not endorse Mint Mobile. We're just using it as a service for this SIM card. You're welcome to look into other providers here and see which one is best for you. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Hetal Nimje. I'm here to let you know that ASU does consider that all the international students are coming from different backgrounds, and ASU provides all the students with quiet place for meditation and for prayer throughout all of the ASU campuses. It is they are located across the campus in Tempe West, downtown Poly. Uh, you can find out the locations through ASU Map. That's an interactive map, and that's one of the go-to map that you can use to find out any locations at ASU. Thank you.
There are several hotels and Airbnbs, VRBOs, and other rental options near ASU's multiple campuses. So if your housing is not set up when you arrive, or if you have family that's coming here to visit or with you while you're getting set up, we encourage you. You can go on our travel website to help you find hotels close to the campuses. And so you'll just visit, it's www.visit.asu.edu/travel. Also, for tips on saving money, eating out in the US can be very expensive. So use your meal plan when you are, on campus. There's on-campus events where there's free activities and there's usually free food as well. ISSC has resources about free things in Tempe and ASU on our International Resource Hub. You can use public transportation, like the Orbit bus is free and it goes to Tempe locations. You can shop at thrift stores. So those are reused items, but they're much cheaper than going, to another store. You can buy used books or you can use the library also. There's culture passes. And then you can ask when you're out in different locations, always ask if they give a student discount. Show them your ASU ID. Even companies like Apple give discounts to students. And how to pay your ASU tuition bill. So you can go on your My ASU and your tuition bill can be paid online. It can be paid in person. You can use Flywire. You can use a check, your financial aid, or you could use a prepaid or college savings plan with a student account refund. Payments are not accepted over the phone though. So if you go into your My ASU online, select the finances link right at the top of the page, click on pay bill, and then it's going to transfer you to quick pay. And that's where you can see how much you owe and how much you'd want to pay. The suggested postmark date. So if you're going to be mailing your payment for fall, we would suggest that you postmark it. So that means drop it off at like USPS, the post office, by August 11th. The last day to send international wire transfer payments, the suggested date for that would be August 18th so that it can arrive to us on time. Other options, if you cannot pay your whole tuition plan, you can go on an ASU payment plan. And so that would divide your tuition into 3 payments for the semester. You can pay by each semester, and then your FAFSA, that's automatically applied or if you have a grant. So that's another way to pay your tuition. If you are a sponsored student, please submit your financial guarantees by August 25th, and you would want to email them to sponsorbilling@asu.edu.
All right. So if you have any questions, like how do I register for classes? What classes do I need? All of those things. You must attend your academic orientation. Meet with your advisor, then sign up for classes. It is important to note that if you do not pay your enrollment deposit, you cannot go through this process. So please, as I said before, your My ASU page will be your best friend from now until you graduate. Check to see, is my enrollment deposit paid? What are the prompts about doing my academic orientation? This is an online one. This is something where you can connect with your academic advisor and they will advise you on what classes to take. They will be labeled when you sign up for them. So we have 3 types: in person, hybrid, or I-course, which is an online course. Check with your academic advisor with any detailed questions, like how many students will be in my class? How does this apply to my degree program? Think about all the questions that you might have that you want to address with your academic advisor in that meeting. Also, refer back, and you will have a copy of this presentation, to the in-person enrollment requirement for F1 students.
Okay, now to the not so positive thing. One of the things that we always tell our new students to keep an eye out is for scams. This is where people will try to take money from you through different techniques. The first and most important thing I would want to suggest to you is that if you don't know the phone number, don't pick up the phone, let it go to voicemail. Also, if somebody tells you that your visa is issue, you have visa issues or it's been canceled or any issue, anything like that, and they want money for it, you should know that it's probably going to be 100% a scam. If you get any calls like that, please hang up right away. Don't stay on the phone and reach out to ISSC. You can either call us or you can send us an email. Do not give your money out to anybody. A government agency or will never call you to ask you for money for any visa issues or anything like that. And your first source should always be ISSC. Thank you.
Talking on the same note of scams, ASU does recommend you to take care of your safety first. I'm here to just mention some of the tricks that you can use to be safe. Make sure that you're alert of your surrounding whenever you're sitting somewhere in public space, may it be library, may it be anywhere else. Make sure that you have track of the things that you are having with you. You can have either a picture of it or a record of it. If you're leaving any of your personal stuff, uh, make sure that you're leaving on some responsive hand or it's on your own responsibility. If you're using bike, many of the students at ASU use bike or e-scooters. Make sure that you buy a cheap bike and expensive lock, because expensive lock will make sure that your bike is safe. Wear helmet for your safety. There in previous times people have been into accidents, so it's better to have safety as helmets or pads. There is a app called LiveSafe app. You should have it downloaded on your phone when you come at the campus. You can use this app to have someone walk you home if you're studying till late night and are going back to your dorm or your personal space where you're living. Or you can use the option of having someone drop you from the campus to your dormitory. Just wanted to only drop you if the place is at ASU campus. If you live off campus, they might not drop you. And make sure you have the emergency contact and non-emergency contact always handy to you. If anything happens, they are the best thing that you can use. And make sure that in the LiveSafe app you have your location turned on throughout GPS, because that way you can share your location anywhere you're traveling with your friends or someone you know. Thank you.
All right, so we talk a lot about information just now, but we do more information. We have a lot more information in this book, Digital International Student Digital Handbook. If you have a QR scanner, you can scan it right now. Or if you don't worry about it. We are going to send to all of you who registered for this webinar of all of our slides, presentations, and a few more information that we receive. But this digital handbook just kind of give you some opinion. It has a lot of information about your checklist that starting as a new student at ASU. We have resources for housing, resources on campus like library, a bicycle or transportation locally, and a lot more information. So please review this, take time. This is probably a good timing for you while you are over at home, so that you can kind of like pick a little bit about it. And if you have any question, you have learned about diverse team here at ASU today. And so please reach out to us. And so this is just to give you a summary of what we have done and a couple more opportunities for future. We have done 2 sessions. This is the third one, which is the general welcome. We have a very specific topic about health insurance. Today, we didn't talk a lot about health insurance because we are going to have a dedicated space for this so that you can meet with the team, our health insurance team or health services team at ASU. Please attend that. That will be July 22nd, very soon. If you haven't registered yet, please do so, because health insurance is very, very important and it's a mandatory for international students. And there's a lot of things that we don't understand as international students coming to America. So I do encourage all of you to attend this and listen that from a very introduction to a little bit of a complicated topic of health insurance. And then the last one will be the question and answer session, which is Monday, August 4th. Please join us as well if you still have some question or just to want to come and listen, because sometimes, you know, coming to a completely different place and you don't have a lot of things about it, you don't know what to ask sometimes. So by listening to your peers, other students, you may learn some new things. So even if you don't have question, wanted to stay tuned and listen and maybe learn something, please, I encourage you to join the August 4th. Now, if you are specifically first-year student, we have a dedicated space for you via Zoom Connect that we are going to send you an email very soon. So stay tuned if you are first-year undergraduate student. Used to be freshman, but here at ASU, we call that first-year student. We will reach out to you. So please make sure that you read your email very soon. Next slide. All right, so for the Q&A, I'm gonna invite our senior director to lead this question and answer portion.
All right, thank you everyone for listening to the information that we had for you today. Hopefully it was helpful and we were able to answer a lot of your questions and preparing to come here to ASU. At this time, we're done with our sessions with our slide for that portion of it. So if you have questions, please feel free to keep putting them in the Q&A box, and we will keep taking your questions and answering them. There is also you can scan the code here, the QR code, the little, looks like a T-Rex little dinosaur there. You can also submit questions through a Google form there, and we can answer them for you at a later time. If you don't have a chance to get your question answered today or need to leave for whatever reason, but still have a question, go ahead and submit it there and we'll get back to you with that. So many of you have asked the question, yes, this is being recorded. Yes, this will be shared out in the next 2 weeks once you've had a chance to get everything ready and cleaned up and ready to be sent out. So please, keep submitting your questions and we will answer them. All right, so there's a question here that they plan to live in a hotel for 2 weeks and then move into their apartment, and the SEVIS check-in, which address should they enter? Upon your arrival, whatever your address is at that time where you are residing, that is the address you should enter. So with the SEVIS check-in, you will enter that address of the hotel that you are staying at temporarily. And then when you move, which is required anytime that you move here while you're here in the United States, you need to go in and update that address for us in your My ASU system. So that way we have the most recent and the most current address.
Thanks, Daniel. There's also another question about SEVIS check-in that I was typing, but then I thought might be good to just explain. So SEVIS check-in, it's just the name of a process that you will do when you get here to ASU and to the United States. It's done through an online form, and it's part of an online database, if you will, that you will become very familiar with as you study here at ASU. A lot of the requests that you'll submit to the ISSC will be done through these online forms. And so you're just going to be completing this online form, and you'll be uploading copies of your immigration documents like your passport, your visa, your I-94, your SEVIS I-901 fee receipt, and a couple of other pieces of additional information. And again, it's just to let us know that you have arrived here. And we do that through this online form. It is an immigration requirement that you let your school know that you arrive. And because we have so many students arriving here at ASU every semester, we just do this through an online form. So you don't have to come to the ISSC office in person to complete this process. You can do it from your apartment, your hotel room, your residential hall, and you will submit these documents via the online form. Again, next week, you'll all have a task item on your My ASU that will get added, and there'll be a couple more instructions with the link to the exact form. But if you have any questions, you can always reach out to the ISSC with more questions.
Thank you, Drew. While I have you, there's another question here about employment. Can international students on ASU teaching assistantship work on campus or off campus?
A teaching assistant is considered an on-campus job, and so you are all eligible to do an on-campus job. I assume you're an F1 student who's asking this question. And so as an F1 student, you do have to be inside the United States for 1 academic year before you're eligible to then work off campus. So we'll talk a little bit more about off-campus employment at orientation and then throughout your first and second semester. But do know during your first academic year as an F1 student, you can work on campus. So whether it be a TA position, a position in the ISSC or the ASU library, things of that nature.
Awesome. Thank you, Drew. I received a message saying I should arrive at school on August 13th, but due to my flight schedule, I'll be arriving on August 14th instead. My guess is you're saying that maybe you received a move-in date for the 13th, but your flight will be here till the 14th. If that is the case, please update the person you're communicating with in housing. Let them know of the change in your flight schedule and when you'll be arriving. That way they know when to expect you at the front desk and when to get you checked into your residence hall. So please communicate that back to them and let them know so that way they know when to expect you and they're ready to get you checked in and hosted there at that residence hall. And for all of you, again, if those of you that have on-campus housing and residents staying in one of the residence halls on any of the campus locations, please make sure that you are aware that you've received your check-in move-in date. Those should be coming soon if they have not already. And if you need to request an early move-in date, like many of our undergraduate students who will be living at the Tempe campus, because your welcome event is on the 15th, August 15th, that Friday, which is before the move-in schedule for this coming fall semester, you will need to request an early move-in date. So please take care of that. So jump to the next one here real quickly. Is there any dining hall meal plan at ASU? Yes, there are a variety of dining halls in just about every residence hall on campus. So please, if you want to buy a meal plan, I'm going to ask somebody from our team to grab the link to the meal plan page and to put it in the chat box for you. You can please review the plans carefully, and please, if you're staying on campus, know what type of facilities you have in your residence hall. And what I mean by that is, if there's a place for you like a community kitchen or a place to cook, so that you may want to cook sometimes and eat at the residence hall sometimes, you want to make sure you adjust what type of plan you buy, because the more meals that you purchase, the more expensive your plan is going to be, because they're expecting you to eat at the dining halls more often because you bought the more expensive plan. Once you've purchased it, you really can't change it or take away some of the meals, things of that nature. So make sure you understand what's in your residence hall, how often you plan to cook versus how often you plan to be at the dining hall, and plan your meal plan accordingly. All right, Joelle, if you could take the next one for us, please.
Sure. So there was a question about, do we need a ASU ID to use the free shuttle? How does this transportation work? So we have an inter-campus shuttle, which goes across all of our campuses. So from Tempe, you can get to downtown, to Polytechnic campus, and also to West Valley. So we do have a free shuttle network that can take you across all those campuses. You will need an ASU ID to utilize the free shuttle service, as this is only for students and staff. So please keep that in mind. You also do need an ASU ID to access all essential services on campus. So you need that for the library to check out any material. You need it to utilize our, to go to the gym, to the SDFC center. You need it for any tutoring services, counseling services, health services, any types of things that you utilize on campus, you will need an ASU ID for.
Thank you. All right, if you're not going to arrive to the US by plane, can you still get the Uber trip? For that, please email us and let us know the specifics of how you plan. I'm typing into your answer there, how you plan to arrive to the US, how you plan to get here, because the arrangement that we have with Uber is from the airport to the residence hall. So I just need to know a little bit more about what your plans are to arrive to the US and where you would need it from and all those things. So just email us those details and we can review it and get back to you with more specifics. All right, we have about 15 more minutes. If you have additional questions, we're happy to take them. Please, I think we have 15 minutes. Others, please correct me if I'm wrong on the timing.
Yes, we still have 15 more minutes till the end of the webinar for today.
Right. So if there are additional questions, please keep submitting them there into the Q&A box, and we'll be happy to address them for you. If you don't have a question and just want to be social, you can also type into the chat box where you're coming from and what you'll be studying at ASU. That'll be fun for us to get to know you a little better. All right, so new question came in, transfer student for the Tempe campus already inside the US, some of the off-campus housing. Is the orientation mandatory for international mandatory for transfer students? Yes, we would like all students to be at the welcome event. It is a great chance to get to know all of the ASU people and resources. So please make plans to be there and to join us for that event so we can get to know you. I know you've studied in the US and that is fantastic. This is a chance for you to get to know ASU resources and people specifically, though, to facilitate to help your time here at ASU. So please, if you're a transfer student, do make plans to be there. There is also a welcome event specifically for transfer students as well and during the welcome week. And so if you have not been contacted about that, please look out for information about the transfer student orientation as well.
Talking about communication, that is our primary source of communication at this time with you at ASU is through emails. So please be sure to check your inbox and open any email communication you receive from ASU. I know it's probably a lot and you're probably like, oh, another email, but a lot of those emails contain some essential information for you. And we want to make sure that before you dismiss it, open it. If it doesn't have anything that you feel is necessary, then ignore it. But don't ignore it before opening it. A lot of changes are happening. A lot of updates are happening. We want to make sure that you have access to all of that information, and that is how we are communicating them to you.
Thank you. We have a couple questions I'm going to answer, both about kind of earlier arrivals and the Uber codes. Yes, these codes are available to everybody who arrives within that 30-day window from the start of class, from the start of classes within your regulations as an F1 J1 international student. Again, please just make sure you've completed that registration form for the welcome events. That way we know that you're coming and when you're coming, so they know when to get the code to you. They know when to get the information to you about the ride with Uber. So fill that out as soon as you can, so that way we have your information and we can get that information out to you as soon as possible to facilitate your arrival and travel here. Yes, in Arizona. The I-94 form will be filled out on your arrival. Again, that'll be completed and that'll be something that they will not physically hand to you. It'll be an electronic document that you'll go and download later for your SEVIS check-in. But that I-94 is a record of you entering the United States. So what date you entered, where, under what visa category, all of that. Oh, this is a good one here. Sorry, I lost it. Where did it go? Do we need to make our social media profiles public for entering the US at the entry point if they have been private since the beginning? Yes, so our understanding right now for your visa interview, for definitely you have to make sure that all your social media handles are made public for review in the visa interview process. You may be also asked this at the port of entry. They may ask you to share your social media profiles, handles, things of that nature. You'll need to follow their directions at the port of entry on the information and the requests that are given to you. Oh, I'm gonna ask one of our current students actually to answer this one. This one's a good one. Would you share a little bit about the weather in Tempe and help them to prepare what type of things to bring? One of our students on here wanna take that one?
I think I can take that question. That's an excellent question, I would say, because a lot will depend on it. What kind of clothes you are packing, what all stuff you are bringing over to ASU. It's primarily a desert area, so expect it to be hot. If you are coming from one of the relatively colder places, it is hot and it is dry. When you will be arriving in August, I would highly recommend bring sunscreen with you because you will require it, trust me. And bring light and airy clothes. Towards the winter, it does get a bit cooler, but not as cold as, like Chicago, New York, or those colder places. So it will be pretty good in the winter also, like a good strong pair of jacket will be just fine. It does not really snow here as much. But yeah, bring light clothes, I would say. And expect temperatures to be quite high during the summer months.
Thank you, Sudesh. Anybody else want to add anything about weather here in the Phoenix area? All right.
I was going to add that it's very dry. So make sure that you drink a lot of water because it's not a humid heat, it's a dry heat.
We have a question here about international welcome events. They will have similar, so are all international welcome events the same? So they will have similar themes to them, such as arrival, immigration requirements, academic help and support. But they'll just have little differences to them because each one of them are themed around the campus where you'll be studying at. So they will tailor their message around the resources at that specific campus, Tempe, Polytechnic, downtown West Valley. So it could benefit you possibly if you can make it to another one if it fits your schedule to hear some of that information. But the very specific resources that'll be shared at those events will be tailored to that campus. All right, so which date do we have international student? Oh, so yeah, I was taking that one here. The first day of classes is August 21st here at ASU. Your welcome event will depend on which campus you're located at. For Tempe campus, that will be the 15th for undergraduate students. That'll be a Friday, August 15th. Polytechnic students, Sunday, the 17th of August. For downtown and West Valley students, that will be the 20th of August, as well as graduate students at the Tempe campus will also be the 20th of August. Graduate students as well, and some undergraduate students, you may also have a department or a major welcome or orientation that your department or college or school may email you about. Please keep checking your email for information about those welcome events so that you can join them as well, as those will be very important for you to be a part of. So I noticed on the website that at the port of entry, officers may also check your friends list on your social media profiles. If you kind of clarify what exactly they may be looking for in that context, we can only share what they list on their website as far as what they're doing with the social media checking, vetting, things of that nature. They are checking again for anybody that might have any type of, anti-US feelings or beliefs, things of that nature. How they're measuring that and what specifically they're looking for, that is training that those officers are getting from their supervisors, and we don't know the very specific details of how they're doing it, what type of words or pictures or things that they're looking for. But those are the general things that we have been informed of that they are looking for in reviewing social media accounts, trying to make sure a little bit about your background, who you are, and your intent for coming to the United States. So any on-campus job, most on-campus jobs will be found on the student job page. If I could ask one of my colleagues if they could put the link in the chat box. TA and RE positions, I encourage you to start networking and talking to your faculty members about those and your academic advisor to see who offers those and where they share them at. Those are a good way to start to get to know a little bit more about the TA and RA positions that are available, sometimes GA and other positions. The majority of the on-campus jobs will be listed on the student job portal, and you can go and look at those and check out what the job description is. Please do review them, and please tailor your resume and cover letter to the specific job for which you're applying for. And that way they know that you're a serious candidate. If you have questions about applying for those on-campus jobs, we do encourage you to utilize the career services offices here at ASU for help with resumes, cover letters, choosing references, interview skills, all of those things. Those are available to you through the various career services office at ASU. All right, another question about ride shares and about Uber. Yes, as long as you're within the 30-day window of the start of classes, you can apply for the the free ride from the airport. Again, just please make sure that you have registered for the welcome event, so that way we know and we can get that code to you, that information as soon as possible, so you can have it and you can use it. All right, it looks like admissions is taking this next question here, typing an answer. All right. Yes, if you have family members with you, again, as long as you're able to fit all the luggage and the people in that particular Uber ride, they are allowed to ride with you. All right, we've got about 2 more minutes here, so we might have time for 1 or 2 more questions. All right, we're asking for information on how to register for the Polytechnic campus welcome event. All right, KJ, thank you for tackling that one.
I would like to actually let everybody know that ISSC student worker team will be there from August 11 to August 14. It will start 10 p.m. like a Phoenix time to help you guys with any other questions regarding ASU and try to help you with the Uber ride and stuff like that. So they will be there to help you and guide you towards, because they are already being here for a while, and so they will be a great help for you guys to be there. And there are gonna be a lot of like a cultural events as well, and the clothes up here from your region will be very expensive, so do bring some nice formal clothes if you want to attend, and definitely you should be attending all those events. And in winter time, I will suggest, just it's not going to be that cold and snow up here, so don't bring too much of clothes, but good light jackets will be enough for coming up winter as well. And another thing I want to bring everybody's attention that all the kind of grocery stores we have it here, so nothing to carry or bring masalas and all kind of other stuff from your country. Everything is available. We have many kind of different grocery stores here from different region, so you'll be not having any issues for that. So any other questions you can always type and send us on our way. And looking forward to see you all. Thanks.
All right, so thank you so much. We are at time today. I'm going to try to quickly answer these last couple of questions. Coming to the ASU campus for the first days and events without the ID. Just depends on where you're entering at. They may take your ID number for certain events, but certain other facilities like the gym or others will need to see your ID, which again, you can start that process now because that is now digital virtual. So please get that process started now. There is a website with the programs and events, so we'll be sharing that out, and you should start getting emails on a weekly basis from the ISSC with information about immigration and compliance, events, and other things going on. So please keep checking your emails and looking at those and come and join us. So grateful for you joining us all today. We hope that you've had a good time with us and hope that you've been able to get your questions answered as best as possible. Again, please email us if you have any additional questions, and we will get you to the right resource. Outside of that, we hope you'll join us next week for the health services, the health insurance discussion. There's a lot of great information there. Come back on August 4th if you have additional questions or you just want to interact with us in a Q&A format. And we hope to see you in person at your welcome events here in the Phoenix area. Thank you all of our panelists for being here today and sharing, and we will now wrap up for today. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome.